What's going on, YouTube? Been a little while since I posted. A lot of the projects are kind of straightforward. I don't really, because there's a gazillion of them out there and there's really no sense. And the processes are pretty much the same. As you can tell, I'm doing a trestle style dining table. I got the top, and I actually did an engraving on there, backfilled it with some epoxy. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you notice that I'm working on these high-figured jewelry boxes. I just cut the lid off of this monster walnut and maple barrel. So this is a pretty good size. And I just got done with a first time. I've had it for a while and been itching to actually do something with it, and I ended up doing 2 in 1 kind of. So show you. So what I did was here's the box. I'll just go ahead and show you this eye candy right quick. So I did the quilted maple leaf, and I did the quilted mahogany lid that I trimmed out with quilted maple and walnut, and I did a few more leaves here. So, but this piece of quilted maple I had was pretty long, so what I ended up doing was, it was actually this big, and it would just looked odd that tall. So what I did was I put a bottom in both of them at the same time, and then I cut this one away and just made a nice decorative tray. You can put your keys and wallet and whatever. It's a nice piece of quilted maple. It's got some nice figure in it. But yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever done that. I actually ran 2 dados when I did this one. I put a dado in this one and in the dado for the bottom of the jewelry box, and just glued the whole box together at once. And then I just cut this off from it. But I was really tickled with how that quilted mahogany is, and I've been itching to kind of do something similar to this, and with the leaves and stuff on it, but the inside is just as gorgeous. But I left that leaf on the front of the box, so then when it closes, you get that where it wraps around kind of on the edge there. So, but yeah, I had just some things, and let me know down below if you've watched this far. Let me know down below what you think, because really some of the things are pretty much just kind of straightforward, and there's a gazillion different ones out there and different ways to do it, and it's just kind of, I don't want to waste your time, if that makes sense, just watching my process when it's basically the same as what everybody else is doing. But if I do something kind of creative, like, well, when I do the jewelry box, and if I ever get around to my outfeed table, I've kind of gotten couple ideas. I want to really just do this enormous 60 by 96 outfeed table where it's just, but right now I'm gonna just do a small outfeed table sometime in the near future, after the first of the year, one of the two. But yeah, I'm on Instagram. I post a lot more of the step-by-steps on some of my builds. So, but hopefully I'll get a little better at recording some of my stuff. A lot of times I forget. You kind of get in a rhythm, and you don't want to stop, because then it's kind of hard to get back into that rhythm, if that makes sense. It is for me. I don't know how everybody else is, but you know, when you working on something, you're like, well, I need to get something to eat, and you sit down and eat, 20 hamburgers from McDonald's, and you're like, well, I just want to take a nap now. So if I'm going with it, I don't stop. I just keep rolling so I can get done with it and stay productive. But yeah, I really like how that turned out. And I didn't realize that I knew that, mahogany, quilted mahogany is hard to come by. And I had this piece, and it was a chunk. I think it was like 1.5 inches or a little bigger. And I actually had it resewn at a buddy of mine. So I had this piece cut to 1/4 inch thick, and I had it resewn. Again, I've got 2 1/2 inch thick pieces, and they were, I can't remember exactly how big the blank was. It was just a chunk. Buddy of mine was like, hey, check this out. I found this at the cabinet shop I work at. And that's actually you remember when we was doing the lumber rack, and I showed you the quilted maple that they were using for the drawer box. That's actually this piece, some of it. You still got some left, but that's actually this piece that I used. But he had that chunk, and I didn't realize that it was mahogany. It's so expensive. So I Googled it, and I was like, let me see what the prices are. And I'm like, yeah, that's a tad much right there. So if you haven't yet, head over, hit that subscribe button, stay productive, and keep making. I appreciate y'all.